Hi, I'm Hugh Whitmore. I'm the author of the Three Madelines novel series for middle graders. And this is one of my presentations on encouraging young authors. And today's topic is story structure. Well, what is story structure? Story structure will form the backbone of every creative writing assignment you'll ever have. And if you've read a novel, you've encountered story structure because every novelist uses story structure to help the plot along and to provide a satisfying emotional journey for the main character so that the readers can enjoy it. And if you can master story structure, you're going to improve your writing right away and take it places you didn't really think you could. So, what is story structure then? It's three parts. One, when you get your main character, give him a goal. Something he really wants, and make that goal, a big goal, something difficult to achieve. Okay. Two, put an obstacle between your main character and that goal. A difficult obstacle, something that'll be harder to overcome than your main character thinks. So, a difficult obstacle. Three, have your main character overcome that obstacle, and in doing so, have him go through an emotional change that makes him better. That's our three parts. One, give your main character a goal, something he really wants, something difficult. Two, put an obstacle between him and that goal, something difficult. Three, have him overcome that obstacle and have something emotionally change in him that makes him better. So, what do we do with that? Well, let's make up a story. I have a main character in mind. He's a skater dude. And everybody knows he's a skater dude because that's all they see him doing. He skateboards to school in the morning and he skateboards home. And he's jumping the curbs and he's sliding down the rails. And after school, you see him going to the skateboard park and dropping into those bowls and doing his tricks and high-fiving his skater dude buddies. And that's what he does. He's a skater dude, and that's all he thinks about. And as a result, he's got a good heart, but maybe he doesn't pay attention to all the things he should, like schoolwork and showing up on time for school and doing his chores at home. And so his dad sits him down and he says, "Skater dude, I think the world of you, and I like you so much, but I'm worried about your future, and your habits aren't that good, and I want you to do well in life. And so I'm going to give you an incentive. If you do better in school, show up on time, and do your chores at home, and you pass your classes, I'm going to send you to international skateboard school this summer. And maybe someday you'll be in the X Games." Well, what do we have? That's number one of story structure. Our main character has a goal. Skater dude wants to go to international skateboard school because he's always dreamed of being in the X Games. Well, so skater dude has a goal. The next day is the last day of school, and he skateboards to school faster than he ever has. And he gets there and he rips through his day and he's excited because all they can think about is summer now and skater school. Well, last class of school, his history teacher stops him. Everybody's leaving to go to summer. And he says, "Skater dude, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you didn't work very hard in my class and you didn't pass the final and you didn't show up on time all the time. So I'm sorry, you didn't pass and you're going to have to go to summer school." Uh-oh, what do we have? Number two of story structure. We have an obstacle in front of our main character's goal. How is Skater Dude going to get to international skateboard school if he has to go to summer school? Plus his dad's going to kill him, of course. So Skater Dude, who's resilient and good-hearted, says, "How about another chance?" And after some talk and some reasoning with his teacher, the teacher says, "Okay, Skater Dude, I'll give you another chance. If you show up tomorrow, Saturday morning, 8 o'clock sharp, not late, on time, and you pass the final, I'll let you retake the same test. All you have to do is pass it. You don't even have to get an A. But if you pass it, I'll let you pass my class, and you don't have to go to summer school." So, game's back on, goals back in play, and our main character is excited again. He's going to overcome this obstacle. So the plot gets more exciting for your readers. Okay, So Skater Dude goes home, and all day and all night, he looks at his phone because he's recorded the lectures of his teacher. And over he watches and he watches and he goes till late at night. It's 11:30 and he's really tired and he's watching these lectures and he thinks he has it now. So he sets his phone down and he sets the alarm for 7:30 in the morning because he needs to be at school at 8 and it only takes him about 15 minutes to get there on his skateboard. So he knows he can get there and he falls asleep. And then the next thing he knows, he wakes up. But it's not because his alarm went off on his phone, and he looks at his phone and the phone's dead because he studied last night and he didn't recharge the phone. And the noise that woke him up is his dad leaving the house to go to work and the house is empty. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna make it on time? So he throws on his clothes and he runs downstairs and he goes across the street and he knocks on the door of his friend. And his friend answers and Skater Dude says, "Look, I'm gonna be late for my test. And can I swap you my skateboard for your bicycle?" And his friend has a bicycle and he says, "Yeah, you got the best skateboard in town. I'd love to swap you." So they swap and the Skater Dude gets on the bike and he races to school and it only takes him 10 minutes. And he gets there and he forgets that there's a security policy and the door's just closing. And at 5 till, nobody else can get in. So what do we have? Oh, well, I didn't tell you about this one, but this will help you. This is called a plot twist, and this is a little help for you. So you give your character the goal and then the obstacle, and just when it looks like your character's going to overcome that obstacle, throw in a plot twist. Another thing happens, a disaster that looks like he isn't going to get his goal. So Skater Dude now is standing outside the school, and he can't get in, and it looks like it's curtains for Skater Dude. So what does he do though? He's resilient. So he gets on that bicycle and he rides all the way around the school until he finds an open window. And he leans that bike up against the school and he gets up on that bike seat and he gets up to a window and he gets his skinny little Skater Dude body through the window and he drops down on the floor and he races to class and he gets there on time and he passes that test. So the game's back on. Now Skater Dude has had his object that he wanted and he had his obstacle and he overcame it, and now he rides home and he's very happy and he gets into his street and he sees his friend across the street using his skateboard, jumping the curb and having fun with it, and this dude sees him and he says, "Skater Dude, thanks so much for the skateboard. Do you want it back now?" Skater Dude says, "No, man, I got to go home and do some chores that my dad wanted me to do. Why don't you hang on to the skateboard for a few more hours?" So what just happened? That's number 3 in our story structure. An emotional change happened to Skater Dude. He's thinking, I'm a Skater Dude and I'll always be a Skater Dude, and I like that, but my dad's right. I got to change a little bit and I'm going to do my chores, and next year I'm going to show up at school on time. So that's story structure. Number 1, the goal. Number 2, the obstacle, the plot twist. And then number 3, the emotional change that makes your character better. If you can work story structure into your writing and master it, you're going to be such a better writer, and you're going to be able to fulfill yourself through your characters more and make them more exciting. And here's the key, your readers are going to love it that much more. So work with it, work it into your writing, practice it, and I'm sure you'll benefit from it.